Good evening, troops. Okay, so we're back. Q&A. Obviously nobody's on yet, because it takes a moment. Roger. Hope you're all well. Yeah. Enjoyed the last couple of Q&As. Loads of questions. Good ones as well. So I'm going to do a full week. 1900 every day. Because why not? This is war. And we are still taking collateral damage every day. I was at, here we go, we are live. I was at Sunday dinner today at the Queen's and talking to two elderly ladies, and they know the truth. They know the truth, and they are going to be the most difficult ones to reach. The older generation, and we're finally there, guys. We're finally reaching the older generation. So I'm on for any Q&A, any excuse you, any tactics, any questions. Hopefully we can get somebody who's on the live that's willing, that's wanting to challenge something. I mean, it can be anything. Yes. Hopefully we have individuals on the live that have challenged something. I mean, loads of people the last couple of days have been saying how they haven't been paying council tax. I'm on a strange one today, guys. It's telling me there's individuals there, but I can't see anything. If you're there, can you give me a wave? Thumbs up. Angry face. Hey. Because sometimes I go live and people are commenting on your side, but I've been... so somebody's giving it a thumbs up there. Okay. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show me on my side what you guys are saying, unfortunately. I mean, JJ come to visit earlier, and he said all of the things that I share now, when it comes on his news feed, Emily's on, okay, I can start, Jill is on, I can start seeing people, okay, yes, troops. Yeah, it doesn't come up as a video anymore on JJ's feed. It comes up as a link, and people will think that that's not a big deal. You wouldn't believe the statistics of how many people Joe's watching. Lee's giving this symbol. Shumai, lovely, long time no see. Jill, you keep changing your profile picture and name, Jill, so I don't know if that's my Jill from the Valleys. Jill, white it looks like, but you've got life is not what it seems in the middle. I can't remember what it was last time. So does any questions? Does anyone keep spreading the message? Thank you, Luke. Anybody up for a challenge? Any challenges about? Anybody? One that I didn't, he sees me patriot, thank you, Kev. I tell you one that I failed to mention yesterday, TV licence. Toby boy, Wayne dog, yeah, TV licence, guys. Millions and millions of people not paying it anymore. If you are still, please don't, because we shouldn't fund terrorism. And I mean, we know the BBC pushed the injectables hard, right? There is, you know, there's no room for critique, die boy. You cannot ask any questions. Cannot critique their experts. Well, we say they're experts. They're scientists funded by Pfizer and Moderna, etc. Okay, as we're starting to learn. Oh, I hope it don't start raining. I didn't anticipate rain. I haven't got my wet kit. Stop paying that months ago. Well done, thank you, Joe. I assume you're talking about your TV licence. Don't pay them, troops. Don't fund terrorists. I mean, They were all for Jimmy Savile back in the day. Same detail. Thousands of reports. And I think he had one interview, didn't he? And he was into necrophilia, which is making love to zombies, if you don't know. Really, really weird shit. Television conspiracy, Simon says. Agenda pushing pedo protectors. Hear, hear, Simon. Yes, don't pay them, troops. So I actually went to court for TV license way, way before COVID. I was still in the army at the time. And a TV license lady came and knocked my door, right? And I was, right plugged into the matrix back then. So I said, oh, I don't use the TV. You can come in and have a look, Johnny boy. So she entered my property. I even offered a brew. I swear to God, troops, I even offered this individual a brew. I said, look, I've got the LG surround system with thousands of things on it, because I've had loads of films from the army. So I said, look, I watch this on YouTube. I don't watch the telly. And then they said, okay, no problem, sign here. So I signed it, and I shit you not, they then summons me to court. What I had signed, I hadn't read. So I told her, right, that I only watch film 4 at 2100 hours, because you get a free movie on film 4, don't you, right? So I said, look, I watch film 4 at 2100. So she said, okay, sign here. And what I actually signed was, when I entered the property, he's currently watching Channel 4. So she switched the film to Channel 4 you have to pay for. And I was like, oh my God, she blagged me. She lied to me. I offered her a brew. She lied. You crook. So I wanted to take it all the way. And I did go all the way to Merthyr Courts. And I said, look, sir, I'm not paying this. The judge said, is that your signature? Well, yeah, but fine. I think they billed me about 200-300 quid. And I paid. Back in the day, plugged into the matrix. Oh, it's a wild one, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, I wish I could go back in time. The first time, you're always going to make errors in court if you choose to fight these guys. Unfortunately, because lawfare is so vast, you couldn't digest it in 3 lifetimes. And these guys have had plenty of practice. So we are unfortunately up against it, but it matters not. The law is definitely on our side, because nothing trumps the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle. I've seen an individual today commenting. I think he's a veteran, maybe a veteran. I hope he's not a veteran, because... Oh, apologies, troops. Let me do not disturb this. There you go, because this will be all the time. Am I still on? There I am. I forgot what I was on about then, boys and girls. Re-TV license. I enjoy getting all the letters. Thanks. Not that they are making a visit. 8 years and they're still not visited. Philip Price. Is that accurate? Have you been having letters for 8 years? I mean, it doesn't... Do you know what? They're still sending me letters now for my water, right? I've been out to the property 10 months, and they're still sending letters for me to pay water. Kev Davis, how are you, dog? So, yes, don't pay. Don't wait for a special protest to all unite and don't pay. Just don't pay. Well, what you do is, as I've mentioned many times, you find out who the IC is in command, right? The chief. And then you send the chief the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle and tell him, look, if I'm paying this, you have to rebut the affidavit. And if you cannot, and then again, it's one or two things. He's either going to accept it and thank you for bringing it to the attention to him, or he's not going to. You save that email, keep it nice and tight, and we'll be holding them all legally liable in the end. Snake oil, come by your Magic oil. You referring to the jabs? Legend, mate. Thank you, Andy. Oh, court as well, troops. Is anybody viewers? Anybody coming to court this Friday? I'm actually a little bit excited for this one now. I've had a talk with Steve Forsyth, and he's reminded me of a few things. Because sometimes we need reminding, troops, don't we? You know? That's why you should always share your problems. Billy Both. What's happening, Botham? Mitch Botham. Ah, little Billy. I was talking to Kev Davis yesterday. He's on about maybe coming home and doing a retreat. Bill, your name was mentioned. Hi, mate. Sending slow connection. Sending love from Scotland, I think. Yes, sending love from Scotland. Thank you. Thank you. Are you paying anything, G. Murray? Are you paying any of these tyrants' bills? I hope not, sirs, moms. I mean, I appreciate you have to choose your battles, you know. I appreciate everybody can't just... Well, listen. I think that everybody that's paying a mortgage should definitely try the promissory note, because you've got nothing to lose. You know, you don't have to stop paying them. You can send it to them and then send them an email after 72 hours because of tacit agreement. Oi, oi from Somerset. Big love, JJ. Yeah, you can send them the email, show them that you have proof of the receipt, and then ask them, your move, chief. What are you going to do? Are you going to bill me again next month? You know, some people may say I'm silly, but I was trying to recruit these monsters to my house. Oi, oi from Pembs. UK veterans. Big love, UK veterans. Don't we get shit on? I bet you got loads of blokes on that page in shit state, no? It's terrible. It's terrible. It's because they fear the veterans, bro, because we are selfless, you know. At once upon a time, we signed up to go and die for our country. Fucking dick. Sorry, I am stopping the swearing, and a veteran briefed me up yesterday. Sending love from the Rhondda. Diolch yn fawr, Lisa. Explain the promissory note process, mate. Great question, Kevin. Thank you for asking. Right then, promissory note, troops. I paid off 2 mortgages with 2 promissory notes, right? The first time that I went to court, the judge was an absolute lizard. When I mentioned it to him, he got up and he walked off. Now, again, I had about 30 people present at that court hearing. I think they would only allow 6 people in the room, right? So we picked, like, the 6 people that travelled the furthest. Veterans had priority. I say that, it was only 1 veteran there, but he was definitely coming because he's my boy, right? So he was a lizard. I forget his name, right? He just got up and walked out. He violated my rights. Now, I put in an appeal in, and they launched on my property before the appeal, which is a violation of due process, right? But the second property, so I knew the guy at the, we'll call it courtroom 1, right? For the properties. Courtroom 1 was a lizard. So the courtroom 2, I goes in, and that was my first question. I said, Mom, because this one was female, obviously. None of this LGBTQ stuff. Mom, am I entitled to wipe off a debt with a promissory note as per Lord Denning's ruling, right? I had it written down in front of me. I forget it off the top of my head. Lawfare madness. But I've shared it the other day as well. You can click onto my photos. You can find the promissory note. You can read the caption. The caption is the case law. Right? The caption is the case law. They can't deny it, troops. If you pull money out of your pocket now, if you get a note, check it. It's a promise to pay the bearer the sum of. Check it, please. Do that now. Get a note out and check it. Well, why do you think they can print them when we can't? Stop swearing, Cooper. I'm sorry, mate. Is that you again? Because somebody said it yesterday, and it was a similar. I think it was a Cooper. Apologies. So right, we've had it, and again in courtroom 2 with the properties, right? In courtroom 2, we had a full house. We had another. I mean, at that one, somebody come down in a trailer van, and they were making brews and sausage baps and bacon baps outside the courtroom for everyone. It was madness. And we had full confirmation, full courtroom. A promissory note, right? Tacit agreement. When I send it to you, you've got 72 hours to send it back. If you do not send that promissory note back, right, you've taken the promissory note. And sirs, moms, listen, I never found the receipts, right? I say that to summarise to people, right? I never found the receipts. What I've actually got is, if a promissory note is sold to a trust, because they've all got like the numbers on it, right? The serial number. When you sell a promissory note to a trust, it's nearly impossible to find. My friend knows a solicitor that can find them. They want to remain anonymous for obvious reasons, right? But they can find them. So I've got proof that my 2 banks, my 2 mortgages, sold it on for money, right? So I've paid for that house 3 times. And they still took it off me and sold it. Honest to God. And I know I'm smiling, but sometimes it does break me a little bit. It's a glorified pawn show, right? It's a glorified pawn show. That's, you know, I bought the properties. Both of them cost me 50 grand a piece. They doubled in value because of the way that the markets went. But it's shrapnel. You know, it's a couple of nice, you know, it's nothing really. Bucksy 100k, especially to find out that the bailiff companies that took the houses, sirs, moms, it was the Freemason rats that took us off the mountain. Shout out able enforcement. Shout out able enforcement. We've already taken them to court. We've already won that case where they... Right, I forget the IC's name, but don't worry, it'll come back to me. What's your name? Stephen Wood. Stephen Wood from Bristol. He also admitted being a Freemason. Yeah, we know, because we caught you with your little Freemason badge on, bro, didn't we? Using the Mark 1i. We caught you, mate. And my friend that was in my other property, right, she said to me, Vince, I'm sure there's that Freemason that you made viral. That's what she said to me. Apparently he was at the other property. She said, I'm sure it was him. I said, no, you must be wrong. You must be wrong. And she wasn't. Well, I don't know that for a fact. I don't know he was there for a fact. But I know it was his company, and I know that company have, for over 10 years, I think it was 700 or 800 evictions he's used that fraudulent stamp for. 10 years. He was a corporate as well, the 10 years before he was a bailiff. And he's to do with the Freemasons, and he's not just this lodge either. He's not just... I forgot the name, and it's Craigeresk, obviously. Craigeresk Lodge, obviously. So not many questions, just everybody loves me gobbing off tonight, which is fine. As long as I'm helping to educate you guys. So I hope, I know I went on a tangent a little bit then, reference promissory note. But the takeaway is, the summary is, grow a set of nugs. Because you can't lose, bro. Do you understand? It's impossible to lose. It's impossible. Worst case scenario, they just continue with your mortgage. Oh, well, I had to pay that anyway. Oh, well. You know, I went for retard, and sometimes you should argue you should never go full on. But I've been recruiting these guys because I'm in a bad place. And I like collecting bad men. Gav boy. Yeah, I'm still a little weird. You know, I get days where I'm, today, for example, it's nearly the anniversary of my boy. Shout out Minty. Gareth Williams. He was my bro. He was my best dog. He's my brother. Do you know what? I didn't realise how much I loved Minty until he's gone. I was telling his mother today. I did not know how much I loved that boy. You know, me and Gavin, we joke about him. Don't we, bro? But yeah, he died. And when he died, it was the world epidemic overdose through Biden's term. We lost so many individuals through Biden's term because he's a rat and everybody didn't want to be here. And I got to be honest, I went flat out through his term as well. You know, and I'm gutted because I wish I was stronger for my brother, you know. And he's dead now. And he was the best Wales had to offer, he was. He was a rogue, right? But he had a lot going on. We've all got a lot going on, you know, but we all take it different ways. And, yeah, man, Minty's just, God rest your soul, Gareth. But, you know, it's difficult for us all. And it's not, you know, we're losing all sorts of blokes. We're losing all sorts of good. But again, I went up his mother's pub today, and there was two old ladies there, right? His old girl congratulated me because she's been seen. I've been doing bits in the court. She, oh, well done in court. I haven't seen her in ages. And I said, yeah, arresting coppers now. And the two elderly ladies were like, oh, what do you arrest a cop for, but? And I said, COVID vaccine bad. And to be fair, they were both like, no, yeah, you're right. They both had him, but no more. He's looking down on you. Thank you, Lisa. No, I know he's with us. I know he's with us. The little bugger. It's his anniversary now in a minute, guys. 17th. He would die on the 17th, wouldn't he, Gareth? Ah! But yeah, we're going to have a little get-together. I don't know what we're going to do for him, but we're going to have a little get-together. Maybe go up his mother's pub or... So yeah, anyway, enough about dead people. You know, we have to continue now to make sure these guys didn't die in vain. You know, and it's not just Minty. It's, you know, that's the reason why I'm going hard. Is another reason. I've very much been channeled down this journey. But we have lost some people, troops, haven't we? Look at my mother. My mother died of Alzheimer's, right? And I've not yet met a doctor that understands psilocybin creates neurogenesis. Not yet. I haven't. Not one time. And how many doctors have I seen in the last couple of years? Jeez. More than judges. Do you get it? Oh. And none of them understand it. So it's down to us. It's down to me and you, because me and you are the news now, troops, aren't we? Well, I don't know whether nobody's asking questions or whether it's a little bit censored, because I've, once upon a time, gone back and watched a live and I could see everybody's questions, but I'm not getting them on this side. So I do apologise, troops. You may just like me waffling. I hope so. Promissory note, take advantage, right? I think on the website it's £10 for two, right? That's how much they cost. £10 for two of them. Now, they have to be perfect. They have to be spot on, but I know how to fill them out. So anybody that wants to do it, let me know. Let me know, and we'll pencil it in. I'll send you the link. You buy them. When you get them, it's all the Fabians. So they are taxes coming through. Thank you, UK veterans. It's all the Fabians. Aye. Gareth, dog. If you got any promissory notes you want to try, it's the 77th Brigade. What's up with Francis Boyle's After David? Great page, great name. Do you know, I seen a video today. It's, forgive me, I forget your name, buddy, but you are Mel from the Never Settle podcast. One of the boys took me out today and he was showing me the video. Unbelievable. Just blokes rocking into police stations and giving them affidavits to Dr. Francis Boyle. And some more. Right? He's not summarising. He took a booklet with him. He was there for 25 minutes. Belt feeding it. Go on, it's on my wall. Go and have a look. But it's beautiful now how much warriors are stepping up. We've got a real foot in the door for this fight. Dale, I am here. Thank you, Michael. Sorry, Dale, couldn't resist. Well, you couldn't resist writing the name Francis Boyle after David. So you just sent it to the bank then? Yes, bro. Yes, you sent it to the bank. And get this, right? Get this. When I sent it to the bank, so you ring them up, find out how much you owe, and it fluctuates, right? So I said, I've just come into some money. I'm paying you this Friday. What's it going to be Friday? And they said, it'll probably be, I can't remember how much. It's written down. I think it's 31 grand, right? So by law, not rules, law, by, what's his name? Lord Denning's rule, right? Law. You have 90 years to pay the sum back. Side dog, what's happening, side dog? Side dog, we got a blade on, boys, yes. You got 90 years to pay back, right? So what you do is, you take the 31 grand that you owe, and you split it with 12, because 12 months in a year, and then you split it with 90, right? And then that's the sum that you can legally pay back every week. And again, if you don't believe me, due diligence, research. Get on it. You know, some of you could be living in 200, 300, 400 grand houses, and you could have a back sheet. Hey, you could, bro, we could be so wealthy if we understood the law. And I promise you, sirs, moms, people, right? So I've been introduced to people that have done it, right? The biggest one I know is 400k, 400 grand, right? Now I've done it. I failed because I lost the receipt, right? Fair one. But because I educate others, I've had then followers of mine that never knew about Lord Denning's ruling, do the due diligence, send the promissory note, right? Soon as the bank gets it, wait 3 days, 72-hour period for tacit agreement, and then send the bank the photo that they have received it. Do it like I do now and put the photo on Facebook, right? And send it to them. And say, let's go to the courts. Yippee! And they know they won't be able to take you to the courts. Sirs, moms, are you listening yet? Bro, you don't understand how incredibly wealthy we all are. Honest to God. Guys, right, by law, they are not entitled to give it back unless they have a fundamental reason to do so. It's legal tender as per gold. Check it, read it. I've written it out. It's on my Facebook. You guys, you're burning too much sunlight. Too much sunlight. I think if you ask, they give you an early repayment sum and it lasts for so many days. I do not know, my friend. I do not know. I know the law is vast and I only know what I've studied through the houses, through the fighting the quarry. Obviously a lot to do with arresting cops and COVID. Can you use promissory notes for over 30k? Yes. I've met an individual that's done one for 400k. 400 grand. 400 grand. So much, bro. Buy me a pint then. Right. Guys, you're missing out. I'm telling you now, it has to be filled out perfect, right? It has to be exactly how I've filled mine out, right? You have to use the same colour ink in the same blocks, right? You have to write certain dates out. For example, December, not put /12. But any clown can do it. Because, right, so the thing is, right, when I write a promissory note, it's a promise to pay the bearer. So it's not wiping off your debt, right? What it's actually doing is telling them you are in control of that debt. For example, you don't have to send your money through the bank. You can tell that company, right, that they have to collect the money from your front doorstep. Now, 31 grand divided by 12, divided by 90, I had to pay something like £33 a month back. £33 a month. Now, the company are in Birmingham. Do you think somebody is going to drive from Birmingham to Wales every month to collect 33 quid? It'll cost you more in juice. You understand? So they cannot do it. It's not achievable. These corporations have become too gutsy. They've become too greedy, hoping that you guys are not smart enough to do your due diligence and find the loopholes. Right? So what you do is, on the promissory note, I mean, it's on my it's on my wall, troops. Go and have a read. But it's like 31 grand is the sum I owe. Right? I'm going to pay it on the first day of every calendar month, because you can choose what day they can come and collect it. And if they don't collect it in 72 hours, that month is wiped off. Prove me wrong. We've gone to court. Do you understand? We've asked these questions to judges. They've said, yes, you can wipe the debt with a promissory note. They said, can you prove that you sent the bank the promissory note? I said, yes. Because when I submitted the promissory notes, right, the two mortgages got back to me and said, we'll look into your complaint. Now, I've never complained to the bank. Not one time. And I said this to Mom. I said, Mom, I've never made a complaint to the bank, but they, after I submitted the promissory note, they said they're going to look into my complaint. I said, the only thing we need to do is do a FOI on the bank of my my complaint. But that's not good enough in a bank. You in a court. You have to take everything ready with you. It's a nuisance. It's a nightmare. You know, they caught me out the other day. Oh, I've been excused from going in the box, in the dock. Where's your paperwork? I've submitted it to every court up and down the country. Not good enough. I've got it in an email. Not good enough. Needs to be printed out on paper. That's not happening this Friday, sirs, moms. I remembered some stuff this weekend. Yeah. Alex Jones Infowars alert. Yay. Not keen. He said some derogatory things. Same detail as, what's that, Tucker Carlson? I think they are I mean, there's a word for it when you just want to, you're not willing to take any new information, only information that feeds your ego, agenda, whatever. Not just on mortgages either, in black ink. Promise to pay the bearer on demand. Yes, so that's what you do. I mean, I don't think it's black ink. Don't quote me. You'll have to go and have a look at my promissory note. That is the DS. They took it. Not only did they take it, they've sold it. Boys and girls, a lawyer friend of mine said, and what's his name? Oh, shit. Forgive me, it'll come back to me. Matt, right? Matt has already created case law. Matt has told me he hasn't seen a stronger case than mine. Now, again, they are now taking me to court because they've found me with weed in my house and I kicked Sergeant Garanry's flying, right? But they didn't show me a warrant. So, you know, people are telling me, oh, well, you should just plead guilty to the possession because, you know, it's obviously, you know, in your fucking house. But they've accumulated that evidence fraudulently, Side Dog Boy. You have a template of it. I actually have, so with the promissory notes, they have a scratch panel and it's a unique serial number on it. So you have to, I mean, there are ways to prepare your own, but the Peace Officers UK have perfected it. And obviously, because they sold mine. Do you know that the Dolores Carhill, the professor, the lawyer, that one, the legend that I met the other day, right? She said to me, she paid 10 grand. She owed something, and they were being cocky about it. So she said, okay, I'll send her off on a promissory note. And then they got back to her and said, it was actually 10,500. So you're 500 short. And she said, okay. And she wrote her another one for 500. And they left it alone. We're not making these stories up, sirs, ma'ams, ladies and gentlemen. It's the law. You know, look how incredibly powerful these individuals are. They own like 60, 70% of America. All the farms, Bill Gates. How do you think these guys are achieving incredible wealth? It's because the system is rigged and it's stinking. It's absolutely hanging. There's another lady that I've met throughout this journey, right? Do you know squatters' rights? Well, squatters' rights is like the street term, but it's actual law. Hannah, her name is. I've got her saved as Hannah Law, but she just sent me a video. I've just downloaded it, and it'll be up shortly. She teaches seminars. She teaches people how to go and do this, and then after a while, right, you can get the deeds to these lands. I tell you, troops, we really need to start. I mean, and look. I'm not a scumbag. I'm not a cheat, right? But these guys, they're poisoning us. Like, we cannot play by their rules. We cannot outvote tyrants. You know, somebody had something derogatory to say to me today because I've said that Charlie boy is not my king. Why would anybody still assume that he is the king? He's allowed England and Wales to be poisoned. And some of you are just bending over and just like, yeah, sound, bro. After you've done me, do my kid as well. So I am trying to be better. I'm trying not to swear. I'm trying not to call people derogatory words. Please, people, start reading these things. Start reading the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle. Oh, he's a professor from America. Do you think there's such a thing as jurisdiction in war? Do you know what jurisdiction we have? Card Alpha, right? Which is if you look dodgy, I can shoot you in the face, right? Or 429 Alpha. That is, if we suspect you to be dodgy, you don't even have to be a lethal threat. 429 Alpha, I can just shoot you in the face. Right? That's war jurisdiction. You think that the Geneva Convention and the Nuremberg Code stop in America? You don't think that the Law of War Manual 2015, updated 2023 July, is applicable in the United Kingdom? You uneducated person. Come on, right? That's foolish. Foolishness. Look at me with the words and the no swearing. Go, Vince. So, sirs, moms, please get on it. Check out Gary R.E. Maritime Law. Check out that. Does he have a page or? He's a nonce protector. I'm assuming you're on about Charlie Boy. He's my king. Good lad. Keep paying your taxes. Keep keeping them in mRNA capability. Nah, that shit's done. Sorry. That stuff's done. That stuff's well and truly done. I mean, they ran out of date ages ago because of Operation Warp Speed. Listen to Ricardo Borsi, Lieutenant Colonel, SAS, retired, but still alley as cunt. Apologies. He's the most alley man I know. Like, in the infantry, commanding officer of SAS is the top guy. There's nobody higher than the CEO of the SAS. Like, he's the most prestige soldier there was. Here in Northern Ireland, they only have to shout halt once. If they don't stop, they can shoot. Yes. Well, under Card Alpha, you are supposed to give a warning. We are supposed to shout, Army, stop or I'll shoot, or words to that effect, before we shoot. Unless, by me giving you a warning, it further endangers somebody's life, then we can just straighten the back of the head. Pow. Pink mist. So, yeah, I mean, and, you know, that when like these coppers have been saying in these, bro, look at these coppers watching my Facebook, though. Intelligence officers, right? Like the intelligent officers have been stating on the court documents. Violent man. Man of violence. Bro, you kidding me? The jury didn't seem to think so. 8th of June 2026, when they deemed I use lawful force. Reasonable, proportionate and necessary. The website of Gary, there's the website, troops. Thank you very much, Joe. Linda, Philip Price, you know it's serious when the red envelope turns up. Oh, you're on about the TV license. Yes. Guys, stop supporting nonsense. To summarise, don't do it. Don't do it. Look, I know a lot of you are a lot less now, but still, there is a big majority of people that are afraid to challenge these things, right? It's inevitable that you stop paying. I'm just gonna say it. It's inevitable. Last year, 56% of Americans knew that the excess death worldwide, come on, boys, he wants to come and say hello. Come on, boys. Was a direct factor of the mRNA technology, right? Oh, we've got all the dogs, yeah. Hello, champ. 56% last year. Now, where do you think we are this year? Probably about 70%, bro. Aren't we, though? Doesn't everybody know now? Everywhere I go. You know, I'm down the sauna. I meet people at the shop. Jabbed up, but yeah, no more though. And ultimately, that's the thing, because if we're receiving no more, then the offspring. And you know, it's horrible that we've received so much collateral damage, but to do the kids... Bro, you guys are not mad enough. Right, I was ready. I was ready, mate. I was ready when I arrested that copper. If they fight back, see, it's no joke. Do you know when you're conducting the citizen's arrest, what happens if the individual fights back? You got to be ready. You know, you got to be not in slug mode. Michelle, I'm 47. I've never paid TV license in my life. 47 years. Good effort. Citizens on patrol. Looking for you to join us, brother. Blade Runners. Was you there on the festival the other day? That was my idea. Blade Runners Assemble. I'm there, bro. I've also had enough. Operation Tala, mob can't win. Here. F the establishment. Citizens on patrol, I'm trying to be better. Thank you. But no, I'm coming. I'm coming on the 11th of September, is it? Weapons of mass destruction. Well, I seen recently, I shared it, that gentleman, he's talking about the 5G, you know, Mark Steele's great work. Do you know the ULEZ guys? When you actually look at them, I was looking at one at the festival, right? Somebody brought one. It's like an amp, sirs, moms. Do you know, like the amps that you use for the big speakers at festivals? It's like one of them. It's like full of lasers and stuff. I know. When I first heard that these guys were poisoning us out the back of planes, my buddy Chew said it. I honestly said, man needs help. But then turns out they are little rotten. We can't fathom how bad these guys are. I don't know why they hate humanity so much. I honestly believe it's Satan. I honestly believe Satan, right, is real. And because I don't think men could be this evil. Do you know what I mean? With the eating of the offspring and the torture. Oh, we've got a lot of work to do, guys, haven't we? We've got a lot of psilocybin to feed a lot of monsters. Yes, mate, I was at the festival. You are now one of us Blade Runners. Thank you, kind sir. I've not done a Blade Runner yet, but I'm on it. You got it, bruv. Thank you, Ben. Corona means discharge from tower. Mark, I try not to lose myself in the vocabulary, the legalese, but I do understand that we are up against it. Do you know, I was going to have an hour, but I'm actually quite enjoying sat here talking to you guys, educating you. So I might stay. I was trying to think of a song, but I'm too stoned. I love the weed. Mate, can you believe? Man's trying to do me for some flour, right? Bro, this Sergeant Geraint Reese is a piece of work, you know. Hang on, before I gob off about Reese. The first true war of good versus evil. Si knows. Si knows, mate. It certainly is, bro. Do you know, I think this is the first true war. You know, arguably all the other ones, well, you know, we don't know. We just don't know how corrupted our history has been, you know. But I do believe in Satan as being a big part of it. My mother notices the scum on windows as she's on a flight path. We are next to a quarry here, right? I honestly didn't realise how bad silicosis was. You know, my old girl died of emphysema. My friend Dee, she did receive 2 double jabs, but she, you know, unfortunately, God rest her soul, loads of people got it up here. I went to the Londis. I was going to say the Naffy then. I went to the Londis up here, right? And somebody come up to me and thanked me. They said, Vince, my filters, when I empty it every day, filled with silica dust. And we got us idiots just cutting around, just sucking it in. Madness. Anyone else think there's more twins being born? What's the twins thing then? You're funny as F, mucker. Thank you, Al. See what I did there? Oh, Al, I met you at the festival, my friend, didn't I? Cannabis Reva, I think that's a typo, in the brain. I must use it. Endocannabinoid system, CB1 and CB2 receptors, they're all in the brain. They're in the eyes, the liver, kidney, spleen, lung. Feed it, troops. Talking about feed it. Talking about feed it, mate. My endocannabinoid system's starving. It's not really, I'm a greedy pig. Let's get a bat going, shall we? Since the jab, a moment. Whoa, get a good cherry on it. So you were replying to somebody. Greetings from Paros, Iceland, Greece. I'm also a fellow Taffy. Oh, nice. Somebody's joined. I can't see who that was. Apologies. Welcome I hope you're taking the protocols and fighting the cabal system with us. Or spreading awareness, because I know some people are not wanting to do it. Yes, mate, you're a top guy. Thank you, my bro. Secret weapons for... I can't fucking read, huh? Sorry, guys. I know it falls out of me. My language is disgusting. Secret weapons for secret wars. Phased array electronic assault weapon system. That was a mouthful. Deployment on our streets. No, here, I believe it, mate. I seen Mark Steele. I've spoke to Mark loads of times. For me, it's how much evidence do we need, right? So we've got the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle, the emergency writ. We've already got so much. So for me, it's very much... I try not to read too much because it hurts my brain, these reading about these monsters' tactics. Where do you get RSO? Well, you can get this prescribed now in the UK. You have to... forgive me. You got to try 2 alternate sources of medicines, I believe. But you can get this prescribed now in the UK. Or, there's a vast black market. Unfortunately, the government's Anti-Cancer Act 1951 prohibits people from curing their cancers organically, naturally. I mean, don't hate me. I'm just here to give you the information. But, yes. Haven't noticed. Michelle Louise Thomas, haven't noticed anything. Or you are replying to somebody gobbing off about the twins not being born. What is that anyway? Twins not being born. But 100% we don't need any more info really. Just spanners in works is all that's needed. Pretty simple, to be honest. And then an emoji of some cherries. Ben, you are right, mate. We've got it all. We just need now to keep passing this message. So that's why I'm going to do an hour every day, regardless of how I feel. So I hope there's not too many trolls this week. And I hope I'm in a good mood. This is what I should have started with. Curaleaf app. You can get it. Medican. They're pretty fast. I done Medican in about I think it was about a month. Wow, thanks. Yeah, and the drama is, right, if you ask a doctor about filling your endocannabinoid system and it's not a dispensary, right, they will not understand. I bet anybody, go and ask your doctor. Send them an email. Probably better to see it face to face because they could... Well, I mean, they're not taught the endocannabinoid system, so I don't know, even if you email them, I don't know what benefit they'd get from giving you false information, because then you can later question it. And if they obviously don't know, then they're... 1939. What are you referring to, Psydog? 1939. Yes, brother, keep telling the truth, never back down. Thank you, citizens on patrol. I've noticed twins are being born more since the jabs. You've noticed more twins? I don't know. I mean, you know, the age of disinformation is actually it's madness, because there's so much artificial gunk out there. So I would again remind and advise everybody: take everything you read with a pinch of salt. Always check the source. I don't know. I thought there was a lot less babies being born since the rollout. Oh, Cancer Act. Psydog has corrected me. The Cancer Act is 1949. Thank you, Psy. I'm off. Thanks for the love. Was great use of my Sunday Eve. Keep going, bro. Thank you, kind sir. Thank you. I'm sick of the lack of backbone in Fife, Scotland. The men around you are effing spineless. Listen. I think soldiers, right, that are ignoring the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle, for example, are spineless, right? But then I think to myself, well, look how much conditioning we're all under, right? Like blokes, and that's the thing. I don't know. I guess, you know, I've never been afraid to challenge, because that's the thing. See, when you're a full screw, right? I had a wicked DS. I honestly, right, when I was a Lance Corporal and I attended the infantry school, right, to become full screw in Brecon, I didn't think that there was going to be much that this DS was going to be able to teach me, because I'd already done 4 operations and they were, you know, very kinetic. You know, we got shot and blown up and all sorts of stuff. So I thought I knew it all, but then you go back to conventional warfare and I was like, whoa, you know, and my DS was class. So I you know, after I passed Junior Brecon, I became a monster within the army. I was very confident in my role and I was able to challenge it back and forth all the way, you know, anyway. But unfortunately, I don't think many blokes are getting alley DSs like I had on in IBS, because I just don't know. And I honestly used to think that there were so many soldiers that used to challenge me, you know, because you compare how good we all are, you know, how good your military knowledge is and how fit you are, and how far you can throw cannons. Hey, no jokes. But yeah, after the mRNA rollout, like, they got us. They really got us. They done it. It was strategic genius, because they got our warriors. They got our most, you know, all of our that we class as the top third to protect us in our countries. You know, they're normally wearing a cap badge and a DPM, and they was targeted first. Not only them, they were onto them to do their families as well. It was very strategic, sirs, ma'am. So we know that the mRNA doesn't stay in the deltoid. Okay, we know it goes to all of our organs now. They're finding it everywhere, right? Including the Mark 1 brain. It travels what's known as the blood-brain barrier. So mRNA is going in there. So I believe that the shots are making people docile. And I mean, there's evidence of these guys trying to dumb communities down. You know, they've got it in the Epstein files, where they're trying to add shit to the water to turn the frogs gay. He was right. You know, he's being legit. And autism plus non-verbal children, ? Apparently autism doesn't live in not vaccinated children, and I know there's a lot of parents that take that. Listen to me, troops. Listen to me. I've give my offspring vaccines. I've received over 60 vaccines. To call me anti-vax, you are an absolute fool. I've had more vaccines than you, bro. Me and Kev Davis, I was on the phone to my boy yesterday, we were making a joke of it. He's like, you know what it's like when you're a crowbag, Vince? You're in the med centre, roll up your sleeve, or you're having 1,000 press-ups. Oh, get it in me, Sarge. they tell you to jump in the army. It's how high? I've had over 60 vaccinations, sirs, ma'am. So unfortunately, yes, I believe vaccines are a massive, massive flawed medicine. If that's what that's what we're calling it, to gently break people in, because, doctors don't understand that this feeds the endocannabinoid system. Should be the end of the discussion, right? You have CB1 and CB2 receptors in all of major organs in your body. Every single one of them, right? When you take RSO sublingually, all the CB1 and CB2 receptors can speak to each other, eliminating abnormal growth cell, also known as cancer. That goes against the Cancer Act, 1914, as Sai just corrected me there. You either know, and we're in such a place now in society where I've taught this to my uncle, and he said, no, you've said a lot of big words that I don't understand, but I'm just going to go with the chemo. You cannot force a horse to drink, unfortunately, sirs, ma'ams. Fluoride calcifies the pineal gland. You know it. And I know how crazy, for all of my life. Dentist. What's the best toothpaste, sir? As long as it's got fluoride, you were happy days. What's that? Is it I can't even pronounce it. Hydrochloroquine is the other toothpaste that they use in Canada. That also gives your teeth calcium. But fluoride is acidic and it burns the tooth, as opposed to adding natural fluoride. Fluoride, calcium. Apologies if that come out weird. 1939, not 1949. Apologies, guys. I'm a far better soldier than I am lawyer. Right? Far better. We were the same in school. Roll up, scar us for life, lol. Oh, you're referring this. Debbie has mentioned the toothpaste that I cannot pronounce. Get on it, sirs, ma'ams. I were in the Gulf War jab queue in 89, caused a cyclonic storm, is it? And caused something arthritis. Oh, I met you, Lorraine. I met you at the festival, didn't I? You, the RAF. Thank you for your service, young lady. Yeah, I have a Royal Marine on the other side of the mountain. The other side of the valley, rather, Jamie Michaels. He's quite famous now because he was arrested for a Facebook post, and where everybody goes, I was guilty, give me a less sentence. Jamie actually held his own. He went not guilty, and he was acquitted within, I believe it was 13 minutes on the second day. For hate speech. Navy, apologies, not the RAF, it was the Navy. Yeah, good effort, they better. Hey. I did meet someone from the RAF at that festival. Everyone beasts the RAF, don't they? Bless him. Oh yeah, what a time. Arresting veterans for a Facebook post and then allowing nonces to walk. That's where we're at. And some of us are still paying taxes, troops. Al has written the pace word down is boiled lemon and grapefruit peel, mate. It's amazing stuff. Well, I do enjoy it. Sam, Weekend Truth Festival with the face. Oh, was you the RAF guy that I met? Apologies if he was, bro. It's all banter, it's all love. Lorraine Pongo. Is that what they call the military boys? Pongos. I think it is, isn't it? Hey. Can't all be top third, kid. Can't all be tip of the spearhead, kids. Roger. Apologies. Kind of. So, yeah. Good chat, troops. What else was I going to mention to you? I forget. Good questions on the promissory note. Guys, you can't really fail with the promissory note. Oh, TV license, we've spoke about it. We have spoke about a TV license. So yeah, you can't. And it, look, I know people that have paid debts off, right, to the banks. You haven't got to pay off the mortgage. You can pay off like a debt. If you owe £3,000, just start getting them out there, kids. Start creating your wealth. It's just unlimited. No, wrong. You can't create wealth. You can only wipe off debt, right? That's important. So you can't create wealth with a promissory note. You can only wipe off debt. But if you do already have a debt, right, what are you waiting for? Shut up, you two. I spoke to you and no, not me. Oh, apologies, Sam. Well, lovely to have spoke to you at the festival, my friend. Senior service. Don't know what you referred to, but there was senior service. Apologies. So yeah, guys, keep sticking it to the man. Hit him in his pocket. Because, well, they're criminal. You know, the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle, irrelevant whether he's in America, right? The Anti-Terrorism Act 2000 applies in the UK. What if the banks keep taking from my account after I use the promissory note? Well, Gav, this is the beauty, my friend. Try it. Right? Try it. Let's say, for example, that they do. Right? Let's say, for example, that they take the promissory note. Right? You keep the receipt and then they still bill you. Well, then email them and say, excuse me, why have I paid you twice? Now, with me, I knobbed them off. After I knew that they'd received it, I completely blanked them. I was waiting to go to court. I wasn't expecting to lose the receipt. All right, troops. But what have you got to lose, bro? Because what if they don't bill you, bro? Lord Dennings, it's on my social media. After this video, I will share it for you. I will find the promissory note and I will share it for you again, sirs, mums. We went to court and I've confirmed it. I asked the judge on the second case, Mum, is a promissory note as per legal tender? As per Lord Dennings' ruling. She confirmed it. Can you pay a court fine with a promissory note? It's debt. Yes, you can. It's debt. Yes, you can. You can't create wealth, but you can wipe off a debt. They're killing farmers. They're killing... Right, let me see more first. Yes. They're killing farmers so they can control us with food. Train us like dogs. 50-minute cities. Why they're doing stuff on the traffic lights. Why are you allowed to gamble but only limiting money into crypto? Crypto, so the establishment, right, are really coming down hard on crypto, right? Back when I purchased crypto, right, in 2020, nothing. Download the app, buy it. Now, they want to see tax returns, they want to see your face, right? They want to see you giving a selfie, they want to see your ID, they want to see where you live. What I would say to you, sirs, moms, is I've bought some XRP. I suggest that everybody does the same if they got a spare bucksy tenner, right? Because I believe that they are building the financial rails. I believe that the rails are already in place. They're just waiting to send the money through it, right? Bitcoin in its entirety is worth 1.7 trillion. Right, 1.7 trillion, and it fluctuates between 50 grand and 120 grand. The SWIFT banking system, right, does 5 trillion a day. Every 24 hours, it does 5 trillion. I believe that the SWIFT banking system is about to change with XRP. I might be wrong, it's worth a tenner. But get it on. And again, yes, I appreciate these apps now are difficult for you to purchase. XRP, bro, keep trying. Right, if you fail on one app, get on another one. Get your XRP, buy yourself a ledger, put it under your bed, just leave it 10 years. Because I honestly believe that's going to be, as I've said, the new financial future. Professor Dolores Cahill, somebody's commenting, I have my mortgage with the bank. Oh, you've gone. I have my mortgage with the bank, unfortunately. Yes, what? Yes, and I did. Yeah, that's what a mortgage is, bro, from a bank. So you find out, right, mine was Halifax, right? You find out, you say, look, I'm going to write you a cheque. I've just come into some money. I need to know how I write you a cheque. And they'll say, okay, well, if you pay it by Friday this week, because it fluctuates on a daily, see, but she'll say, if you pay it by Friday this week, it'll be X amount. And what you need to do is, you need to send it to this address. So you purchase the promissory note, it's just like a cheque, right? You fill it out, has to be spot on, right? Fill it out the way that I filled it out, and then send it to them. Recorded delivery, so you can see who signed for it. Now, soon as they sign for it, somebody in that building signs for it, if you don't receive the promissory note back in 72 hours, your debt is wiped because of tacit agreement. You could prove me wrong, but you won't be able to. You could try, but you'll read... guys, we've been to court. Get it done. Bitcoin goes up 33% in its crypto cycle. Banks only give you 4%. Well, if we look at how apparently Bitcoin was the first one. Now, we know that Jeffrey Epstein enjoyed Bitcoin, right? We know that now because we've got his emails. Now, within the emails, he is referring to Stellar and Ripple. He says, oh no, these guys are bad for business. The same as he does for Trump, right? Everybody thinks Trump's is a nonce. Well, this top nonce doesn't like Trump. But people are not, you're getting your information, you're not getting it from source. You're getting it from the social media with, BBC. You're reading BBC's aid memoir, right? So if we take into consideration that evil monster used to do bits on Bitcoin, right? And he doesn't like Stellar, which is XLM, and Ripple, which is XRP. If he doesn't like them, what are you waiting for? That's why I've bought a couple. Yippee! And I reckon it's coming. I honestly thought it was coming last year. But, you could say that my 14 years military experience is niff-naff and trivia when you're talking about, some guys that, there's some, and they're on both sides as well. Right? We've got alley blokes, you've got very intelligent evil men as well, right? So now when I see this operation, because I'm on catch up, we're all at the stage where we're learning, right? Some of you guys, that's why you logged on today, because you will learn something new. This is why I follow Ricardo Borsi and try my best to read up what he talks about, because there are ninjas amongst us. But I believe Ricardo Borsi claims the Nuremberg trials, right, after World War II, they sent soldiers. In the end, they put guns in the enemy's face. Then they were dealt with. They got due process and they were, whatever, right? But now we're still here again 90 years later. Because they didn't really get rid of the problem. And part of that problem is because soldiers done all the jobs, right? So I think that they are doing this to get everybody to come to the conclusion organically, because you need to remember that we should all soldier first. Like, it's important that you are able to look after yourself and your family. And they've educated us that, this masculinity isn't, bad. It's not. You just have to be in control. Controlled aggression, we call it in the military. But as long as you're in control, you're happy days. As long as you're not out there, torturing and raping children. That's happening in the UK. I'm sure you guys have seen the rape gang inquiries that I've shared on my page about 100 times. It's disgusting. And some of us are still paying council tax. Pokemon is worth more than crypto. I had all of the Pokemon cards and I've lost them. Sore subject. Yeah, but again, are you really gonna, you know, I mean, with a Pokemon card, for example, if I want to purchase something in China, right, I would have to, same as gold, you'd have to sell it, you'd have to get what currency this is. XRP is a bridge, right? So if you want to send him, you know, money and he's in China, to do that with your Pokemon card or gold or silver, it's, you know, it's good to have tangible assets, because Pokemon card is obviously not tangible. Worth a punt. I think so. It can be done because of the Bill of Exchange Act. Yes, I'm not super familiar with all of the things, but I know it's Lord Denning's ruling, and I've written, it might be even the Bill of Exchange, actually. I think that may even be in the case law, yes. So good effort, Wayne Dixon, for knowing. But troops, get on it. We have to use their own tricks against them. Borsey is classmate. He is, you know, people call Ricardo Borsey and Mark Sexton shills, right? Mark Sexton and Ricardo Borsey were two of the first legends that I seen that made me get my boots on and go down the police station for the first time. So, Sir's Mom's definitely not shills. No, it's very bullish, lol, at the mall. You referring to crypto Pokemon. And again, I don't really, you know, the bear and bull market means nothing to me. I'm holding it until they're 10 grand a coin. Because if they pump, nearly done it, if they pump 4 to 5 trillion through it a day, you guaranteed XRP won't be $1 a coin as it is today, Sir's Moms, or forgive me. It fluctuates between 1 and 3. But what I'm getting is, buying 10 of them definitely ain't cheap. And, like my friends, right, shout out to Dominic Carhill and Aled Holloway. They both knew about Bitcoin early and didn't brief Vincenzo, and I didn't buy none, but I was putting away, right, £250 a month saving for 10 years, from the age of 16 till the age of 26, whilst I was serving. And if I'd have done that in Bitcoin, right, Bitcoin didn't start, so I started doing that in 2006. If I'd have done it, you know, if Bitcoin come in and I'd have done that with Bitcoin, guys, if I had that kind of money, this war would have been over. You know? Quick time. Yes, very unfortunate. Very unfortunate I haven't got the fundings to... I'm out of the company now, you know. Boo. Do you listen to Dollar? Oh, are you? I think you're on about the Vigilante. Are you on about the Vigilante film? And Max Ian. I do not know Max. Or was that his name? Both, lol. Dave News, Treason and Rambo are the GOAT. Dave News, I do not know. Or the Rambo. Reese Dog Boy, oi, hope you're good. Yeah, not too bad, bro. I am smiling in the war. You know, we're getting through, and we're getting through, kids. We're getting through. Hope you're well, Reese. I see you smashing the gym and out all the time back, Reese. Young Fusilier. One of boys. He was a top Fusilier, our Reese. Top boy. And I was saying yesterday, people were asking, like, are many soldiers on the bandwagon? And the truth, the truth is very much 50%. I think, no, that's inaccurate. I believe that we're far over 50% that know the truth. But when I post, I've got a professional platform now, dashboard, so I can post simultaneously to groups, and I always post to the veterans groups because I like to wake the lions, obviously, and I always get some derogatory feedback, but now it's started that there are more positive, you know, which is obviously good. But But yeah, it's sad how the bloke's still in the military. Reese is good, my bro. I know you are solid, bro. Now, big love. Al, I've bought 6 million Vietnam dong, 200 quid, because I keep hearing about Iraq Diner and other countries revaluating cause their money's worthless, but things are changing, fingers crossed. I've heard that too, my friend, and I wish you the best of luck. I heard silver was going to crash, so I bought a little bit of silver as well, mate. Again, I don't care what happens as long as the cabal die. You get me? Unfortunately, some individuals are aiding the cabal and they don't know it. Now, obviously, that's, a lethal force shouldn't be inflicted on that individual, obviously, because, they don't really know. But these guys that have been torturing children, I'm not even going to swear. But they need to die. They need to go. They have no place. You have no place torturing children, obviously. Surviving the Matrix, Max Ian, another legend, a legendary elder. Check him out. Thank you, kind sir. Maybe get reading that, sirs, if you want. Well done for the truths. Thank you, Brad. Brad. Thank you, Brad. Well, yes, after I found out Friday that the police have got recce on me, right? They're monitoring my comms. I thought, okay, let's give them some more to recce. Let's get these guys working. Ah! Let's get these guys, get your notebook and pen out, bro. Fact check me. They've wrote loads of stuff. Obviously, I'm not able to gob off about everything, in the bundle. But just know we've submitted that we're challenging the jurisdiction and all that kind of stuff. The realm of England's work. Well, I mean, a bit of Steve Forsyth. There's been many legends to get this paperwork where it needs to be. All the case laws. All the people in this movement, it's been incredible. I'm so sad that I've lost so many elements of my family and friends, but then I'm so humbled that now it's just, so many people know the truth. And we've made some loads of new friends. I mean, it's when I went to that festival, both recent ones, they asked me to speak last minute for the Truth Festival, and I literally just smoked a big fat can out of one drag left. It was a monster, and somebody come running over. One of the speakers can't make it. Can you jump up? I was like, I'm wrecked. But I was like, yeah, all right, I can still get it to him, and it was good. I mean, so humbled. So many people are now, so grateful for the work and, executing their own plans. Got 75 1-ounce silver coins. Kid! Good lad! 75 ounces. Good lad. It's effing peeing down here, lad. Ha ha. I don't know where you are, Al. How's Steve doing? Debbie, Steve is good. Steve is solid. Steve rang me Friday and he gave me a love tap. And I needed it. This is why I jump online, to try and give you guys love taps. Everybody comes up and they're like, oh, this work you're doing is awesome, bro. Whoa, God's work, bro. Legend. Yes, and I appreciate the troops, I do, but I can't do it on my own. I can't. And like the last time we went to court now on Friday, there was 8 people there. I'm so humbled. A lot of them, 2 of them come from England. They're coming all the way to see justice be done, or make sure that, it's not unlawful and justice is not to be done, whatever way you want to. But like after the affidavit of Dr. Francis Boyle submitted to South Wales Police, 2600047716, right, 3rd of the 3rd. After that, I don't understand why we're not there in the hundreds. Because the judge told me last time that he's not reading that. It's not time to read that. They have better read what I've submitted by the time I get there this week. They have no more power over us. They have no jurisdiction, right? I mean, I'm very much looking forward to going to court Friday. Racky, cop Racky, send her back up the chain, champ. Looking forward to seeing you, bro. Morale's high. You rats. Awesome what you're doing. Thank you, Samantha. You've therefore got more now, buddy. Well, we definitely are, yeah. It was difficult to feel the atmospherics for a good while. But now anything you read on social media, any single one of them, any one of them, council tax, TV license, vaccines healthy, the people in the comments, no, no, no. No, no, no. Stop right there, young man. Put that down. Put that license down. Put that vaccine down. No, no, no. Ha, ha, ha. That's where we're at. That's the war won. That we're going to have, you know, they've damaged so many of our offspring. Look at this guy. They've damaged so many beautiful children. Unfathomable. You know, 8,000% death increase in children back in 2022. 8,000% death increase. Don't forget why we fight in troops. So our children don't have to go through this in a minute, right? Big love, brother. Thank you, Marcus. Don't forget why we're fighting. Go and have a check of the rape gang inquiries if you haven't done. They are raping our kids. They are cutting around the UK, right, with kids in dog cages in the back of vans. Cutting around. Tens of kids in the van. I knew that the adrenochrome stuff has been happening for years, right? Or, you know, through my military career. But I had no idea to the scale. I would love a chat with you as he served papers on British gas solicitors just waiting on the date. Good on you guys. Good on you. Good on you. Tell him why. Submit the affidavit to Dr. Francis Paul and then, you know, negotiate. Negotiate with the IC, right? Say to him, look, Chief, I want to pay, but I don't want to be funding terrorists. So, you know, if I'm going to pay, you're going to have to put your name to that, buddy. I've collected so many individuals that have been foolish. A lot of my soldier friends, I'm still praying for you boys. Because it's not too late until the final round is sent down range. But no, when the military are on the streets, right, when the EBS has been ding, 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 game over. And the troops are on the streets. And then you've got that magazine on your gat for real, right? You're now doing your job because the big man has given you the orders to do it. The good men in charge. Because listen, look at all these CEOs. Bro, look at that guy. The guy, and they said he was done for having sex in work, right? This Sea Lord guy. Right? Lives in a camp with thousands of Royal Marines. How do you arrest somebody like that? How do you arrest somebody on a military base with thousands of soldiers underneath you? With a warrant, bro. No cop is going in there to arrest that gangster, bro. Think of it. How are you going to go and arrest the commanding officer of the battalion if you were outside of the battalion and he's inside with all of his guys? You got no chance. Because the military are in charge. And the reason that they're allowing this to go on for so long is because Operation Warp Speed, right, made a lot of null and void. I keep explaining to people, sometimes, unfortunately, in tactics, you are going to take collateral damage either way you go. But you have to move. So what we try to do is we try to achieve our objective, right, which is winning the hearts and minds and minimizing the collateral damage. So this is, you know, this operation has been, whoever these guys are, right? I've met geniuses. You know, I've gone on ops and come back and thought, oh, what? And then the OC gives us a debrief, and I'm just like, who are you? This guy's an alien. Because everything that I just thought, oh, shit, apologies, folks. Everything that I just thought happened, right, was inaccurate, because we did achieve our aim, but I wouldn't have seen it unless this individual educated me. You know, and I like to think that I'm not a silly guy. I think I learn. Why aren't more ex-army standing up? They know more of the lie than the general public. I don't think that to be accurate, because the people, right, that most suffer with Stockholm syndrome are people like my Sergeant Major that spent 30 years in the army, right? I spent 14. So my threshold is this hard to break. He spent 30, so his threshold is this hard to break, you know? The longer that you serve your master, the more the conditioning takes place. So, I mean, we are definitely over, and I mean, it matters not in the UK. Like, what are the UK going to do to America? Seriously. Fight them again. You know, they are in control. I say they. It's multinational. I think there's like 32 nations and some extraordinary numbers of generals. I believe it to be like 1,200 generals. And every single one of them has, you know, a lot of manpower underneath him. Say, global executive orders are in play. Executive Order 13848 and 13818, which are 13848, fraud vitiates everything, 13818, crimes against humanity. Here, still in play. You can go and check it on the government website, right? Not on Shitbook, not on I was going to swear, not on TikTok, right? We'll just give it to you. So yes, thank you for sharing that wonderful information. They stand, yes, they do stand. The military are in charge. Patriots in control. And again, I honestly believe they're allowing this to go on so long so we wake up organically to make sure this never happens again. Would you do your children's homework? No. And that's, somebody explained it that way when I was at the festival the other day. You wouldn't do your kids' homework. Why do you think the army are going to do ours? Well explained. It's the word of whole century. No. Let me see more, Charlotte. Oh, that's a paragraph and a half, Charlotte, and me for days, yeah? Okay. It's the word of the whole century. No. We have to fight this battle against communism. Here. And also, it's worth noting that Marxism and communists always go... Oh, please stop adding. Oh, it's gone. Someone's happy singing outside. Marxists and communists always go for the children, as they are innocent and God's children. Council tax, fighting that, as there is too much fraud. And as you have said, it funds wars. Still waiting for my, I think that's supposed to be DSAR, in paper form from the council, still haven't sent out. PCN is a no as well. Using the Bill of Rights, 1688, 1689, that's the one. We will win. United we stand, divided we fall. Amazing work, dude. Love you guys. The power is with us. The people, not the government. Charlotte, bloody well said. So, you're fighting your council tax, is what you're saying to me. You're going through the process. Thank you. Thank you. Keep doing it. Everybody, keep doing it. Keep putting the pressure on. Any individual, right, listen. Any dickhead will allow that, right? Any dickhead that says no to the affidavit of Francis Boyle, the emergency writ, right? They are in deep trouble. and you screenshot that and you put that on social media and you show all your friends. And trust me, watch us win this war. We're now at the place, right, where I've collected so many names. So, bro, I've got hundreds of coppers that require due process, right? But Inspector Lippiat on the 1st of October, he done the right thing, right? Sergeant, I won't tell you his name, 6743, right? He done the good thing. There are good individuals out there. And because of Inspector Lippiat, I was able to arrest PC693. And because of Sergeant Jones, right, I was able to submit the affidavit to Dr. Francis Boyle, get it go viral, spread awareness to hundreds of thousands of people, right? They then escalated 2600047716 crime reference number from South Wales Police was escalated to the Metropolitan Police. They give me back Mark Sexton's initial crime number, which proved Operation Tala. Now, we were able to mention that in court. That's a locked case, right? Now, the judge said no. He's complicit. The judge not sharing that with the jury. We'll see what happens, right? I know judges getting arrested are few and far between, but he's under criminal investigation. And even though one Catherine Vincent, right, that was her name, letting the Vincent family down, she's now going to be held legally liable unless she changes her flawed thinking process. USC 1550, War Powers Resolution, Chapter 33. We win. We win. Blakey, great work, Vince. I love you, Blake dog. Nobody ever wants to join the video. You should jump on and say hi. Nah, that's cool. Anyone want to join or talk tactics, fighting cabal on Facebook? I love it. Genius. It's genius, bro. And especially now I've got, confirmed recce cops watching my book, watching me smoke Granddaddy Urkel, bro. Roger. Delicious. Listen. It's not the enemy, right? It's not the enemy. I got told at the festival, I recently done a podcast on Out of Blaze, and somebody picked me up for it, and I was like, yes, you know what, maybe not. But then we've got to get rid of this stigma, sirs, moms. How do we, you know what I mean? Maybe time and a place. I thought that was a time and a place. Friday as well. Do you get it? Was my last one, and apologies if it upset. But we shouldn't have let it to upset us, troops. We should feed our endocannabinoid system, stay healthy. Chenzo's not dying of cancer. Billy Botham knows. All right. Aye. That's why Billy liked it, because he doesn't take this, and he's always like, oh, bro, I got headaches, bro. I got headaches. Because you haven't got your equal cannabinoids, Bellevue. Still educating Crow, I am. Not even getting paid. Mate, if I was a millionaire, well, you should, how much, I've been thinking lately, right, how much do you think it costs to run a platoon? Imagine how much money you would need to run a platoon. You're talking mental amount, But this is, I believe we're just about to enter the golden, Mitch knows. I believe we're about to enter the golden era, troops. I really do. And I can't wait for soldiers to be on the street. Because then I can start healing from my last war. Don't get it, bro. We do retreats every day. No jokes. I need to do some retreats, though. Oh, I need to do some retreats. Yeah, but then I can, we can, with alter leaf, me mate. So who knows, right? Have they got the 1010? Who? Oh, mate. It's nuts, innit? It's nuts. People don't know, people don't know you can get cannabis prescribed in the UK since 2018. People don't know. Golden age, as Trump calls it. Gav, listen, I know people are not sure about Trump, right? If you're saying he's nonce, I'm not buying it, right? Because I'm happy. I'm happy to debate, bro, because I'm not an idiot, right? If I have some good information from somebody, I'm going to thank you for it, bro. You get me? So the nonce argument doesn't wash with me, right? We've got loads of people. There was an individual that tried to do, I forget her name, but she, has now admitted that it was false gobbing off. You got so many heroes that love him, see? Look, if he's found out to be a wrong un, he get due processed. People think I'm this Trump lover. Look, I honestly believe that whoever, because Trump is the best businessman in the world, but he's not a genius in military. Well, we don't know. But I believe it's the military guiding Trump. Yes, guys, much study is required. People jump on anything that they see on Facebook. 1010, my mate. Super sour gushers, mate. Love your stuff from Wrexham. Young. Boy go young. It's been a minute now. Boy go young. Gogledd Cymru. Thank you, mate. 1010, oh yeah. Talk the shit, bruv. Commander-in-Chief, Daryl says. Commander-in-Chief, and I honestly believe that he's always been the Commander-in-Chief, even when Biden was auto-penning. But he's a big supporter of... Listen, so everybody thinks that he's this thing with Israel, right? Look, I fought in Afghan, but that doesn't mean that I don't like the Afghan people, right? Some of them people were some of them people were wonderful, right? Some of them people, because some of them people seen the Taliban as bullies, right? And they would reward us, so we would be fighting for days, and we'd come out and we'd be, in rag, and they'd come out with bread and is it chai? Is the brews that they drink? And, good people. They were grateful for us to be fighting the Taliban. So, I've been to theatre, but I support the Afghan people. Do you understand? And, people say it's the Jews. If you think every Jew in the world is bad, I'm sorry, there's something wrong with you, because some people are born into religions and they're not bad people. So even though, and they may change, irrelevant, whatever. What I'm getting at is you can't have a full continent with all baddies on it, is what I believe, right? So I think the Q drops say that they're saving Israel till last, right? I've heard the Israel isn't there where we think it is. I don't know, guys, right? But what I will say is, just because he supports people, you got to look at a tree by the fruit it produces. And I think the fruit is looking pretty sweet. I think that the fruit for humanity is, we are eradicating human trafficking. People don't even understand that it's the fastest growing criminal enterprise we've ever known. Right? Everybody knows an AK-47. Nobody knows adrenochrome. It's overtaken the illegal arms trade. Soon to take over the illegal drugs trade. So everybody knows ecstasy and cocaine. Nobody knows adrenochrome. That's how fast this criminal enterprise is growing. They reckon annually it's been 5,000%. Go and see The Sound of Freedom. There's another film that Tim Ballard A Hidden War. I've not seen that yet. Any comebacks on the Hidden War? I've not seen that yet. Where can I watch it? Trump is the Republic under military command. I believe Trump has been recruited by the military. Ratcatcher sends his love. Oh, bro, have you spoke to the Ratcatcher? I love that man. That guy is currently in jail, Sir's mums. How we're allowing it? I went to his court cases. He got not guilty for stalking her, Donna Jones. He's back in jail for stalking Donna Jones. He had not guilty from the jury. Even though they brought a top-end barrister from London. And you ought to see my colleagues are just going nuts at the moment. Oh, I love them. I love dogs. This top-end barrister, right? Blakey, what was he like? He was rancid, wasn't he? He said to the Ratcatcher, right? Bearing in mind, his wife was here now. She was in shit state, bless her, right? Throughout this journey, shut up. Throughout this journey, has anybody tried to educate you? Like before or wrong? After he just roasted him now, right? Just roasted him. I'm not even going to ask this gentleman about his conspiracy theories, about vaccines being biological weapons. Woody Blake? That's what he was doing. I'm not even going to mention his biological vaccine conspiracy gunk. He said through all this time harassing police officers, he said, has anybody told you on your journey that you should stop what you're doing? He said, no, they haven't. And he looked over at us in the public gallery and he said, I think you need new friends. I couldn't believe it. I was gobsmacked. But stunned with his genius within the boundaries of law. I mean, I've learned so much watching these corrupted rats. And I even said to him when he was leaving, do you know what? He left the court and somebody rang me. And I was going to record that guy. I was going to say, hey, bro, you think my Robbie the Ratcatcher needs my mates? Are you aware of the affidavit, Dr. Francis Boyle? But somebody rang me as he come out and I seen it as a sign from the universe. But I said to whoever's on the phone, oh, this guy's lucky, bro. You going viral. They are, you should never underestimate how clever these guys are. Chris, they want people dumb and stupid. I can't see that bit. Distracted. That's why they say, don't touch me, herbs. Gives you time to think. They definitely do want us docile. That's why the Cancer Act 1939. Fourth time right. That's why that exists. Hi, Morgan. Cum purifying all over the UK in different grades depending on what genetics the blood is. I don't know what cum, C-U-M, is. Are you on about as a protocol for the mRNA? Wayne, it was $90 for a barrel of oil. It's $70,000 for a barrel of adrenochrome. Yes, no, it's or known on the street as ambrosia, is that how it's commonly referred to on the street. But it's no, it's for the millionaires. It's a millionaire drug. Apparently, it's like this euphoric. Oh, guys, honestly. But no, I am aware. Thank you for sharing, Wayne. Kieran, oi, Dale, how's it going, bro? Big love, my friend. Well, I'm just about done on you. But it's been a blast. I'm going to be live every day this week. I think, you know, every time that we do one of these things, at least maybe one or two of you are learning something. And now I know that I've got Police Recce officially, right? I haven't even told you. Sergeant Geraint Rees appointed him. I forgot about Sergeant Geraint Rees. I forgot about you, bruv. He don't like me because I made him viral. But I made him viral because he wouldn't do his job, yeah? I recorded Sergeant Geraint Rees. I'd done an interview, right? And I knew he was going to be gleaming. I stopped the interview. I said, look, Sarge. Well, we had a soak period as well, right? So I give him time to think. I went after the soak period and I said, look, Sarge, do you know when I come home from theatre, right? We used to march down the streets and there used to be thousands, bro. thousands of people. They'd stop what they're doing, they'd come to the side of the street and they'd roar. They'd applaud for us when we come home from theatre. And again, one of the most humbling experiences of my life. Oh, she's going to knock my phone off. Get away, you witch! Apologies, girl, I'm nearly done, right? So we'd march down the street, loads of people clapping. I said to the coppers, the public trust has never been lower than you guys. And I don't want that, right? Because if I share this content to my social media, if it goes to the internet knows how weak my police force are. Because you were a sergeant in my community. I said, Sarge, I don't want that for us. We're on the same team, yeah? Well, now I know they're Freemasons and they're not on the same team. Now I know these guys are the bad guys, right? But at this time, I was trying. My dog's doing a mad one. I should flip the screen. Oh, she stopped now. That was good. She's amazing. These Freemasons, right? I tried to give Sergeant Geraint Rees the opportunity to do the right thing. And he said, no. Post it. So, yeah, we exposed that man. We tried to go down the police station. So he signed off on a fake warrant twice, right? We've already got that on him. Now, I took 3 witnesses to South Wales Police to try and submit the affidavit to Dr. Francis Boyle. One of the times. Sergeant Geraint Rees was on COS on the day, right? 4477, Geraint Rees, Sergeant, South Wales Police, said no. Now, since then, Sergeant Jones, 6743, from South Wales Police, but the Merthyr police station, he submitted it. So, Sergeant Geraint Rees is criminal. And I now know that the companies that come to my house were the Freemason companies as well. I can't believe it, guys. So, we're going to be busy chasing these guys. I love the support. Thank you all so much for your love and support. Continue to share this message. Remember that you're better doing the content yourself over sharing mine, because I'm censored and you won't be as censored. Do the content. You know, gone of the days of the Facebook police now. There's too much. We can say COVID. We can say vaccines. We can say biological warfare. We can say it all, right? Do not be afraid. It's only Facebook. They shut you down. Make a new account. Be robust, be a ninja, be a soldier. Right, we should all be soldier first. Mitch says, chose a bad day to quit smoking watching you. Blaze a fatty, bro. I'm sorry, bro. Hope you're well. I'm well after you just told me that. I'm sorry, bro. Listen, I tried quit smoking this year. Well, I was on the Puffco, I was on the Puffco. I'm going to get back on the Puffco. I just love cannons now, though, bro. I'm on back on the fags, mate. I'm smiling out of control. Back on the fags hard, bro. I love a fag. I love a fag when I used to be in theatre. And because I now just class my life as theatre, it's... I'm just sinking fags like it's out of fashion, Bill. Disgusting. But I don't advise smoking. Troops, if you haven't started, please never do. Because, I quit fags for years, but when I went to court the other day, look, potentially looking at years behind bars for arresting that copper, I thought, shove it, give me a fag, minty. And then I bought a pack of 20, and then a pouch of burn, and now I'm on my second pouch of burn. So, yes, take it as you will. Don't beat yourself up, Billy, my boy. It's, bro, this is no different from Herrick. This is no different. The only difference is, there we were dodging IEDs, RPGs, and 7.62. Here we're dodging biological warfare. Sorry, buddy. Deceived as medicine. It's literally, we've just changed the battlefield. So, it's a regular, unconventional warfare, for those of you who don't know. So, Mitch, don't beat yourself up, but I wouldn't advise smoking, but, THC is good for you, troops. It's good for you, trust me. Tracy, Also another legend. She recruited me to the Sounds Beautiful Festival. Tracy, I love you so much. That was an amazing festival. Yes, I know. It's great to be back on the piss going to festivals. And I whited, didn't I, Trace? Right, apologies, wait. Hi, Dale. Just remember how amazing you are, darling. Stop. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Yeah, that was a good festival. And the bands, guys, they've got festivals. They've got these truth festivals now, right? And the Sounds Beautiful one, there was bands, and they're like all anti-establishment bands. And this one band that was Raw Organic Milk. Tracy, how good were they? The guy was class, and he's all like anti-government stuff, and I was just sat there smoking a cannon like, fair one. This is amazing. Loads of people. So humbling as well, so many people. The band actually got off and addressed me as COVID corporal, but they knew the work is what I'm getting at. So yes, amazing, Tracy. Thank you. I also spoke at the last festival last minute. They asked me to speak Monday, but I was going home, and then one of the speakers dropped out on Sunday. So I got up and waffled for half hour. It was good crowd. And, you know, we've won this war. Just know it. Just know, if you don't know yet, you are unfortunately bottom third. And I don't want you to be bottom third. I want you to be top boy. Right? So just know. Love the old caramel fagging gan. Camel fags. Yes, camel fags. Good times, mate. I used to sing 40 a day in Herrick. I tried quitting smoking, but it turns out I ain't a quitter, Gav said. No, bro, I don't encourage smoking because it is not great for us. Smoking raw blunts is not as detrimental to the health, I don't believe. Well, as a matter of fact, in my medicinal marijuana diploma, right, I found that people that smoke just flower, right, decombust flower, are less likely to have lung cancer than somebody that's never smoked at all. So take that as you will. Where they were, slow connection a moment. They were all amazing. Yes, they were great speakers, great bands. All right, the dogs have had enough. Right, it's grub time for the dogs, and I'm done as well, troops. You guys have been great this evening. Thank you. Please continue to share this message. The war's over. Yes or no, war over? Ow! Ow! They know it. They know it. You know it. We all know it. All right, then. I love my dogs. All right, that's enough then. All right, then. All right. Enough. All right. Good night, good bless. I've started something now. Good night, good bless. Shut the front door. Good night, good bless, troops. Keep sharing. Love you all.